What's up, guys? Welcome back. We've got something a little different for you this week. So excited. So instead of our normal kind of weekly vlog, what we've been up to sort of videos, this week we've got a bit more of a pointed focus. We're going to be showing you something that I think is going to be super exciting, especially for our longer term, more consistent weekly viewers. All of the houses that we've built and renovated over the years, typically by the time we finish with them, that may be the last time you ever see that house, and you followed along for weeks and weeks, if not months and months, on the progress of that house, and then it just cuts off one day, right? Well, I wanted to kind of follow up on all of those and show you guys all of the places that you've seen us pour so much love and hard work into, where they are now. Not only the house itself, how it's held up over the years, what it's looking like, what kind of touches, the owners may have put on them, but also how it's being used. So is the person that bought it living there? Did they end up not liking it and sell it? Are they here on the weekends like a second home? All of that stuff. So we've got some really gracious homeowners and neighbors in this harbor, a few of which are going to be nice enough to let you guys see inside their homes. Personal touches, furniture, decor, everything. Really see what these new owners did with the place. And then in other cases, we'll just show you kind of the exterior and an update of how the house is being used. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, especially for our loyal, longtime viewers. So this one's for you guys. Thank you guys, and we love you so much. Let's get right to it. This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and have been living full-time in our homemade slice of paradise ever since. We are always learning new ways to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is keeping afloat.
Who's a good girl? You want to come with me? You want to come take a... Oh, that's a good spot. That's a good spot. Let's go show our friends a tour of the harbor.
Alrighty, we are going to work our way around the harbor through each of the 6 floating houses here that we have either built or fully renovated. We'll be sharing these in chronological order, meaning that first step, we got the OG, the smallest, but perhaps the most important, the place it all started, the Surf Shack. This 225 square foot cabin was not only our first ever renovation, but it was mine and Brandon's first ever home as a couple. At just $22,000, it was by far the most affordable home we could find anywhere. And with Brandon managing the marina next door, me working with the NPS in the national park, and all of our free time already being spent out on the lake, it was the perfect logistical fit too. There was just one problem. It was nowhere near livable. No heat, no AC, no real insulation, no shower, no running water period, no electricity even. Yeah, it was basically a floating shack. Luckily, we were a professional house flipper. Oh, wait. Just kidding. We didn't have that going for us yet either. In fact, we had zero renovation experience whatsoever. You can imagine how the conversation went with my parents when I told them that their daughter, who had never even driven a boat before, was moving into an unlivable shack only accessible by boat in the middle of the lake, and that our plan was to renovate it ourselves with limited funds and no renovation experience. Oh yeah, in the middle of winter. Oh, bless my poor parents. Well, long story short, sometimes you just gotta jump in to learn how to swim. And that's exactly what we did. It wasn't always fun, and it wasn't ever easy. But we finished the Surf Shack, so named for it being the home base for our wake surfing lifestyle at the time, in early spring of 2021. We lived there for about a year before starting this channel, and then subsequently for another year to follow. After building and moving into our current home in 2023, we Airbnb'd the Surf Shack for a summer before ultimately deciding to sell it that fall. It was purchased by a lovely couple who are still the current owners today. Okay, side note, I think you guys will be happy to know I finally got a little mic because I know I'm so sorry on our dinghy, with the motor noise and the wind and everything. It's always hard to hear, but I'm hopeful that you guys can hear me better now with this. So anyways, yeah, the Surf Shack owners don't live there. They do come as much as they can on weekends during the summer. They're not usually here in the wintertime, but they're just kind of casual vacation homeowners, and it's really great when we do get to see them, but they aren't here all the time, just when they can. But they seem to be really enjoying it. They've kept it all this time and have made a few little personal touches that I'll show you here. Okay, so a lot is very much the same. One of the biggest differences here on the porch is the pergola that they added over their kind of lounging space. And right now the little tarp thing is blown off from the wind, so I hope they won't be upset that you're seeing it like that, because it's usually kind of secured. But yeah, I think that was a really fun addition. Of course, when they're here, they bring a lot more stuff out on the porches, but for right now, they've just got most stuff kind of inside so it doesn't blow off, and it's just looking great. They've done a great job keeping up with all the maintenance, and they seem to really be loving it. And that is a surf shack for you, still going strong. Okay, Miss Bear, look who got to enjoy our old stomping grounds. Let's go. Good girl. On to the next one. Alrighty, next up on the list, we've got this bad boy. If you aren't familiar with this one, that's because it was built during that year-long time period that we were living in the surf shack before we had the YouTube channel. It was our first new build, and our first collaboration with general contractor Lowell and his son Jericho, who added some much-needed building expertise to our floating house lifestyle and regulations expertise. This one was also unique because it's the only one we've sold unfinished. The buyer just wanted to purchase the completed outer shell and finish the interior themselves. They did indeed do so, and the same buyer still owns it today. The owner of this house, unfortunately, we don't see very much of him or his family. He does have small kids who are in school and whatnot, so he's got a lot going on. He's actually a house flipper himself, has a whole crew and business where he's flipping houses, and as you guys know about us house flippers, we stay busy, so he's just got a lot going on, and you know, unfortunately, he's just not at a stage in his life where he's able to use this house very much. It's always great when we do get to see him, but you know, there's a full spectrum of owners here, people who live on them and people who barely ever use them and everything in between. So this is just, you know, part of that spectrum, right? Oh, check it out, check it out, check it out. Cool. Always cool to see those, even though we see them quite a lot. It feels like they're flying right over you. Up next, our third project would be yours truly, the house we currently live in. After building this beauty and moving in the spring of 2023, we've loved it immensely ever since. And by the way, given that by this point we'd started documenting our journey on this channel, if this build or any featured from here on out pique your interest, under the playlist tab on our channel, you can find the videos chronicling each build organized into their respective playlists. Obviously I'm biased, but my personal favorite, and certainly the one that taught us the most, was building this house right here. All right, well, obviously this one won't be a big surprise, as you guys have seen the inside of our house many a time, but it's been a while since we did anything similar to a tour, so I figured, especially if there's anyone new with us, but just in general, I will take you guys on just a little walkthrough of our house. So you first walk in here, we've got the kitchen. Still loving my copper sink, despite how much it is quite a lot of work. I'm used to it at this point, it just is what it is. I enjoy having it and looking at it so much though. Nothing particularly new in the kitchen. In the living room, one thing that was new, at least from when we built the house, of course, was the couch. If you know, you know. But we're really enjoying our new couch. Trying to figure out what to do over here. Don't look at all that. We've got just a couple little end tables that we had before, but I'd like to do some better, more substantial and permanent storage over there. That's my little stepper where I stand here and I go take a little walk around the neighborhood, looking out at this beautiful view. I love this, especially in the wintertime. It's just so nice to get a little bit of exercise without having to leave the house, you know? And that is the living room. Moving on, we've got the bedroom. Nothing new here. We've got our little projector up there on the shelf above the bed that we do love to pull our projector screen here down and sometimes have a movie night from bed, which is really cozy. So lovely. Our big armoire has held up pretty well, surprisingly, for being like a, you know, IKEA piece of furniture. All right, and then next door we've got the bathroom, which new additions would be our bathroom door, as we know. Fun chalkboard, which we're enjoying, and brand new tub, which is just the best, you guys. I've never been a big bath person. I overheat really easily, but oh my gosh, I've been loving this bath. You can have the window open, and at night when it's nice and chilly, especially looking forward to that in the wintertime. heavenly. And then that's all there is to it, really. That's all the space that we generally use on any given day. But of course we do have the loft up here, which we don't use for ourselves really, except for storage, but it is kind of our guest room, if you will. So yeah, this is where guests sleep, unless they're, you know, potentially like older or less mobile guests, in which case we would put them in our room and we would sleep up here. This is also where the dog house is. No, I'm just kidding. No, but this is where I slept when I had COVID, and Brandon slept when he had COVID, you know, to try and prevent the other person from getting it, which did not work. Probably has something to do with being in a tiny house, but we tried. It's actually really nice sleeping up there. Having the higher center of gravity, you feel the motion when there's boat wake and wind and things like that a little bit more, which personally I really enjoy, even though it's not, you know, you guys know I get motion sick. It's not enough motion to feel nauseous or anything, but it's just enough to remind you that you're on the water, which, believe it or not, sometimes it's easy to forget, especially at night when you can't see out the windows. Like, you just get comfortable and it feels like you're just watching TV in your house, and then all of a sudden something moves and you're like, oh yeah, there's boats out there, we're on the lake, you know. So that's kind of, I like that. It's a fun reminder. This overflowing bin is where our winter clothes are stored right now, and where our summer clothes will get stored in the winter. And then little other just random storage stuff. And this chair I sometimes sit in to edit and have kind of a fun change of pace. Oh, the mini split, of course, was a fabulous addition that we did this year. So after a good year and a half of living here, and would never go back. Absolute game changer. So excited to see how this does for heat this winter. It'll be our first winter with the mini split. The only things that I would say that I regret about the way that we built this house would be, number one, the tub didn't really work out, which we've already remedied. We got a different, you know, more comfortable, functional, easy to clean tub. And number two, the most annoying thing that we're still dealing with is we used raw trim boards for some of the trim boards in the house because they were cheaper, and we figured if we prime them ourselves, then what's the difference? And we save money, just a little more work, and we were okay with that. Would not ever recommend having that mindset. Just buy the primed trim boards. Don't get raw trim boards, because every single year we still have to touch up our trim boards because the knots show through, and it starts to look like dirty and grimy, and I don't like that. So that's kind of been, you know, just an annoying maintenance thing that we've learned from to never do in any future houses, so that none of the folks that, you know, buy houses from us will ever have to worry about having to do that. But yeah, that was a lesson learned.
Not long after moving into our current home, in fall of 2023, we began a full renovation on the dated old cabin that has now become known as the Blue Bungalow. We finished it up by summer of 2024, truly a full transformation, and another great playlist to check out if you'd like to see what kinds of unique challenges a renovation, rather than a fresh build, can present, especially when you're dealing with something on the water.
Okay, so as for the Blue Bungalow, this is actually on its second owner since we have renovated it. So the person that we originally sold it to ultimately decided that this area was just a little bit too rural, you know, she needed to be just a little bit closer to more friends and family, which is definitely understandable, but she did love life on the water so much that she decided that where she moved to, which was closer to friends and family, she bought a boat there, a houseboat, and so she was hooked on the water lifestyle, just not on this super rural area, which is, I get it, you know, it's not for everybody, but she's doing really well now. And the person that bought it from her is somebody who's had a boat in our harbor for years, so we know him well, and he's a good pal of ours, and he is absolutely loving it. He's here most of the time in the summer. This will be his first winter, so I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him how much he plans to be here this winter. He's getting a lot of use out of it and is absolutely loving it. Doing a great job on the maintenance, and has added some really cute personal touches. Let's go check it out.
Now, he's a bit camera shy himself, but he was nice enough to let me show you guys what he's done with the place. It's truly quite gratifying seeing folks enjoying these homes and creating lifelong memories in places that were all but abandoned before. It's also gratifying to start seeing how well these homes are holding up. It can take a lot of extra work to do things the right way versus throwing lipstick on a pig. And even though we might be cussing in the moment, seeing our builds stand the test of time as the years begin to tick by feels really good. That feeling is what motivates us to continue going the extra mile on our current and future projects. Last but not least, we've got our 2 most recent simultaneous builds. During the winter and spring of 2025, while Brandon and I were busy renovating a house on land that we are currently renting out, we got a few extra hands on deck to demolish this dilapidated property that combined 2 separate permits, then separate them back out and rebuild 2 brand new state-of-the-art floating cabins in their place. Let's start with the White Rhino.
So this house was purchased by a family, a relatively young family, kids in high school and college. So that's really exciting. It's always good to have kind of a diversity of ages, not just retired folks in the harbor. Although we love our retired folks. We have old souls. We fit in with them. But because of that, because the kids are still in school, they're not here full time. They would love to be one day. That is on the table. But for now, they're just here as often as they can, holidays, weekends, more in the summertime than the wintertime, things like that. But they seem to be really enjoying it, especially the kids, of course. Another success story. Unfortunately, they're not here at the moment this week, so I'm not able to give you guys a tour of the interior, maybe in the future one day. But for now, we do have a tour of the interior that you're gonna get to see up next.
We now come to the fan favorite as far as color scheme goes, the beautiful greenhouse. Our buyer for this one is now a full-time liveaboard just like us. Though if you met her out and about in public, I bet you'd never expect that, which somehow makes it even better. A retired single German woman, Birgit has been a fun and fresh addition to our little neighborhood. And I'm so excited that she's agreed to let you guys have a peek into the home that she has truly made her own.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Birgit. Fabulous, our fabulous new neighbor who is being so gracious as to let us see into her house today.
And Sarah and Brandon are wonderful neighbors to have.
Oh,
so
my
I feel
goodness.
very blessed.
We are
here.
blessed.
I love it, love it, love it.
Yay! Success, success. Well, I don't know if you want to give us like not like a huge thing, but just a little house tour.
But this is the kitchen.
Why, yes.
And of course, I bought way too much stuff. And I had a hard time getting it all situated, and I'm still moving it around. But in this kitchen, what is interesting is that there is a box that houses the batteries, and I just used it for space.
Oh, it looks so great. And I love this that you added. We didn't do that. You put that in. I think that is very nice, and I like the texture that it adds to the room.
Hi, sweetheart.
Is it okay if I goes inside?
It's okay. She can come.
Okay. And here we have the living room, which I love how you've made this couch face your big picture window. A lot of people do living rooms around kind of a TV, and I like that yours is really around the view. That's really cool.
I have my TVs, but I have them hidden. I haven't even put them up, and I don't think I need them.
It looks so good. Okay, and then here off of the living room, as you guys may recall, there's a bedroom on either side and then bathroom in the middle. So where have you been sleeping, this one or the other one?
I have been sleeping in this bedroom.
This one?
Actually, I have slept all over the place. In the loft, I tried every bed. So here I'm doing a little experiment. These cabinets came in white, like the one on the left. But I had this natural things, so I have been kind of playing with this.
And what was that called again? That stuff that you put on it to make it look kind of like wood.
Oh my goodness, I forgot it. It's a product that has wood fibers in it. Vitikit, it's called. Vitikit.
I love that. And I
Yeah.
like how you did
And
that.
it comes in light colors, and it comes in a darker color too.
I love how you did that to make it match kind of the stuff
Yeah,
that you already had in here.
That was the idea. And the white was just too stark. White walls are nice, but everything white is just too much white.
Exactly. I love it. And
Of
then
course, everything is mini here.
yes, and she's put a Murphy bed here, right? This can fold up if you
Yes,
wanted it
so
to.
You can put that Murphy bed up, and then you have all the space.
I love it. So cozy. Oh, everybody's gonna love this.
And we have a little itty bitty cute guest room. And
Girl, we gotta get your window stickers off.
I haven't done that yet.
Is it?
because
It's on the outside, right?
I'm not sure if they're on the outside. That would mean I would have to use.
I will help you. Okay, so here's her bathroom. We have the same tub now.
Well, I had this here mirror, but now I ordered a little one that matches this one. So it's going to be like one here.
Yeah.
And it's going to kind of go like this. That's where I'm having all my
toiletries
things. Yeah.
Love it. And Birgit is a bath girl, right?
Yeah, I love baths.
I love that about you. I just envision you with like a glass of wine and the candles burning, like living your best life out here. Okay, obviously guys, this is a loft, so the ceiling is low. This is like a functional area, not a like hang out all the time space, but look how cozy she's made it. Oh my goodness, a little of this, a little of that. So you could sleep 2, 4, 5, 6 maybe?
Yeah, 5. Well,
I mean, you could have a house party. Okay.
together.
How lovely. You've come a long way. I mean, you had so many boxes in here. I was like, there's no way all that's gonna fit in there. And you made it work.
It's just a big dock and a hot tub.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's got an inflatable hot tub, so Brandon thinks no way in hell that's gonna work. I think give it a go.
It might
Who
work.
knows?
I'm going to try it, and I will admit defeat if it doesn't.
Brandon and Birgit have the cutest like mother-son relationship.
Yeah,
It's
we
so funny.
egg each other on.
They do. Yeah. Look at her down there.
Aiko.
She found a good spot. Okay, tell me, I bet people will be curious to know from somebody who hadn't lived on a houseboat before, right? What was the hardest thing about transitioning, especially as, you know, a single woman out here?
Well, for one thing, I've never cooked on gas before and never had propane gas, so I had to get used to that. And also driving a boat for everything. So going to the mail, to the post office to get my mail. Everything involves always taking this little dinghy first before I have terra firma under my legs again. And also just scaling down. I had a big house, so now all of a sudden I have only a fraction of the things I used to have. Even though, according to Brendan, I still have much too much, and I need to still do editing, and probably I do. But other than that, with lovely neighbors like Sarah and Brendan and other people I met on the lake, it's been wonderful. I met a whole bunch of people, and they embraced me first day. I arrived in the afternoon. I already had a dinner invite next door with my neighbors. Got to know Sarah and Brendan a little. And so, yeah, it's been lovely. I would not want to trade it for anything else. I'm not going anywhere. As long as I can creep on this dock, I will stay.
I am excited. Are you, you're planning on being here for the winter, or at least through Christmas?
I will at least through Christmas. I have to do some work on my other home in Florida. I'm getting it ready for sale. So I will have to spend a few months there to get that done and have some yard sales and get rid of some stuff that I won't need anymore. But yeah, my plan is to be here all year long.
Very cool.
And if I can't be on the boat all year long, I will get a little home on land, but very close by, within 30 minutes drive.
Because you just like this area a lot, huh?
I love it here. What's not to love? There's nothing not to love. I pinch myself. I get up in the middle of the night and sit out here and look at the moon and the stars, and just, I can't believe it. I'm living on a boat. If you're a person that needs nightclubs and dancing and big social entertainment, this is not the place.
No. Yeah, but it's good if you're somebody who likes nature, right? And peace and quiet.
You have to just really, really love the water.
Right.
To be in the water and on the water and above the water and look at the water, and you have to be a water rat.
And you are, though. And
I'm a Pisces.
You've adapted perfectly, and we're so proud of you.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
awesome.
home.
And when we get new people, you know, it helps us have a better appreciation for it, having been here for a while. Not that we, like, don't appreciate it, but, you know, you just get used to things. Like, I just love your enthusiasm about it, and it is contagious. So, you know how I said that my dinghy was a Cadillac when I first got it? This is a Cadillac. Center console. Look at this beaut. Your dinghy, do you think that that's been like pretty easy to learn how to drive, or do you wish you got a different kind of boat?
I had the hang of it after 2 days.
Yeah.
First, I had a rough time to get it where I wanted it here, and I was afraid I'm going to bang it against the dock. But no, it has been easy peasy. Only thing is, I would like for bad weather a canopy. I would like something on top. Because one time I arrived and it was screaming rain, and all I could do is take my clothes off, dump them in the bathtub. I was soaked. But that's
She's a boat chick.
But it was warm rain. But it won't be in winter. It will be freezing cold. So
I
need to have my rain jacket on my dinghy, and and probably something over.
I just put the bimini on my dinghy for that reason.
Yeah, I need something.
I was like it's going to start getting to be a cold rain, not a warm rain, and that's no fun. Do you think you'll ever get a pontoon or something? Or you think you'll stick with the dinghy?
Yeah, it would be nice when I have family and friends over, because I can get 3 people comfortably in here, maybe 4, but that's already pretty tight.
Yeah.
And I would like to have some coolers and drinks, and also fishing is a little spotty because it's a soft boat.
You don't want to hook it.
Yeah, I don't want to hook it and have a leak like Sarah did the other day.
Well, I didn't hook it, but yes, I did have.
You had a tiny leak.
So true, yep.
Yeah, I love my little dinghy.
Thank you so much. Seriously, that was so gracious. We really appreciate it. I'm sure everybody will love your home. No.
I just smell so good. Mommy gave you a bath.
Oh. All right, we'll see you tonight, maybe. All right, there you have it, guys. And that catches you up on all of our renovations and where they are now. Of course, we have our current renovation going on for the garage door cabin that we're going to update you guys on next week. So that's something to look forward to. And in the meantime, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it, and you can see future renovations and hopefully future updates on where those people are a year from now. There he is. Brandon, in case you've been wondering, has been working at the marina today, and he's going around tightening all the lines, or loosening, I don't know, adjusting all the lines for the people that pay him to take care of their boathouses while they're away, since the lake is indeed still dropping.
What a day.
There he is. You look zonked. Oh, look who's excited to see your dad. Oh. Yeah.
Did you get the YouTube made?
I'm working on it. I would say that this video is sorely lacking in cowbell, which is sad. So I just wanted to show everybody your beautiful face.
There's my beautiful face.
He's still here.
Yes, I'm having a glass of rum. Yes, I know it's been 4 months, but sure, I can have a glass.
It's that kind of day. Wow.
Yeah, it's okay. I got yelled at by some tourist because she was late. And it was my fault she was late. Driving here from her town. I don't even get that. I don't understand that. Is that enough cowbell for the week? This is why she doesn't film me that much.
No.
I'm actually a pretty happy person.
Oh, it's okay, baby. You're allowed to have days and moments where you're just like, grrr.
I just don't deal with stupid really well. My mom told me when I was little, you just don't do stupid well, and you don't deal with stupid well, and that's not going to be good for you because there's a lot of stupid out there. And the older I get, I start realizing I know what she's saying.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. I just want my safe zone. behind my desk where I don't have happy thoughts. And 99% of the time it is, but there's that 1%. Caring. Isn't that what they call them? I just want to, not ever work again, work on my health, eat healthy, exercise all the time, and use the outdoors to my advantage.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Well, I just got finished showing everybody all the new houses, and I wanted to get real quick your opinion on if there was anything that you would change about our house or any of the houses that we've done so far.
I mean, the things that I would change are things that I can't. I'm restricted to certain spaces. And then all those other houses, I mean, you saw one we built 5-6 years ago. You seen one we built 2 years ago. You seen ones that we built 4 years ago. They're all still in great shape. I mean, they look good. They're all floating flat. The wood's not bending on them. Like, that's when you get into, did you do it right or not? Most of them look pretty good right off the bat. But after about 6 months to a year or even longer, that wood starts bending and warping and starts falling apart. But no, I mean, I'm pretty happy with all of them. I mean, they're all different. The only thing I regret is 6-7 years ago when I started this, I didn't buy like 15 of them.
Right?
Because back then I could buy them for cheap. Now I can't buy them for cheap.
Right.
What I used to buy for $20,000, now they want $100,000 for. And that's spending $100,000 on something you throw in a trash can. That's tough to bite off. I think the market will balance out, or the market could switch, and I think we'll go into remodeling people's floating homes because we've got the skills to do it.
Like what we're doing now instead of...
Like what we're doing with Ellie's house now, people tried to fix it for her, they couldn't. And if they're willing to pay the money to make it worth our while, we'll do it. If not, I took this notion years ago when I met Sarah. I used to go and work on people's stuff 24/7, always doing this and that. And Sarah was like, if they're not paying you money, why are you taking your whole day away from me and going and working for them? So now they're not paying. I'm sitting on my porch enjoying my life. Not that I don't mind helping people, but people will use you.
Yeah.
And they won't stop.
Thank you for your cowboy wisdom, baby.
That's all I got for you today.
Yep.
Come back after this glass. I'll have a lot more funnier shit to talk about.
We'll save it for next week. Thanks, baby. Love you.